Hackensack is a city in Bergen County, New Jersey, United States, and serves as its county seat. It was officially named New Barbadoes Township until 1921, though it was informally known as Hackensack. As of the 2010 United States Census, the city's population was 43,010, reflecting an increase of 333 from the 42,677 counted in the 2000 census, which had in turn increased by 5,628 from the 37,049 counted in the 1990 census. An inner suburb of New York City, Hackensack is located approximately 12 miles northwest of Midtown Manhattan and about 7 miles from the George Washington Bridge. From a number of locations, one can see the New York City skyline. The metropolitan campus of Fairleigh Dickinson University borders the Hackensack River in both Hackensack and Teaneck. Hackensack is also the home of the New Jersey Naval Museum and the World War II submarine Usling. Astronaut Walter Schirra is perhaps Hackensack's most famous native son. The city is known for a great diversity of neighborhoods and land uses existing in very close proximity to each other. Within its borders are the prominent Hackensack University Medical Center, a trendy high-rise district about a mile long. Classic suburban neighborhoods of single-family houses, stately older homes on acre-plus lots, older two-family neighborhoods, large garden apartment complexes, industrial areas, the Bergen County Jail, a tidal river, Hackensack River County Park, Borgswoods Nature Preserve, various city parks, large office buildings, a major college campus, the Bergen County Courthouse, a vibrant small city downtown district, and various small neighborhood business districts. History. The first inhabitants of the area were the Lenni Lenape, an Algonquin people who lived along the valley of what they called the Hatch, or Hackensack, meaning stony ground. A representation of Chief Oratum of the Hackensack appears on the Hackensack municipal seal. The most common explanation is that the city was named for the Native American tribe, though other sources attribute it to a Native American word variously translated as meaning hook mouth, stream that unites with another on low ground, or land of the big snake, while another version described as more colorful than probable attributes the name to an inn called the Hackensack settlement by the Dutch West India Company in New Netherland on west banks of the North River across from New Amsterdam began in the 1630s at Pavonia, eventually leading to the establishment of Bergen in 1660. Oratum, sachem of the Lenni Lenape, deeded the land along mid-Hackensack River to the Dutch in 1665. The area was soon taken by the English in 1667, but kept its Dutch name. Philip Carteret, governor of what became the proprietary colony of East Jersey, granted land to Captain John Berry in the area of Actacole and soon after took up residence and called it New Barbadoes, after having resided on the island of Barbados. In 1669, a deed was confirmed for the 2,260 acres tract that had been given earlier by Oratum to Sarah Kierstead in gratitude for her work as emissary and interpreter. Other grants were given at the English neighborhood. In 1675, the East Jersey legislature established the administrative districts. In 1683, Bergen was officially recognized as an independent county by the Provincial Assembly. The seal of Bergen County bearing this date includes an image of an agreement between the settlers and the natives. New Barbadoes Township, together with Aquakanonk Township, were formed by royal charter on October 31, 1693. In 1700, the village of Hackensack was little more than the area around Main Street from the courthouse to around Anderson Street. New Barbadoes Township included what is now Maywood, Rochelle Park, Paramus and River Edge, along with those portions of Oradell that are west of the Hackensack River. These areas were all very sparsely populated and consisted of farm fields, woods and swamplands. The few roads that existed then included the streets now known as Kinderkamack Road, Paramus Road, Passaic Street and Essex Street. The southernmost portions of what is now Hackensack were not part of New Barbadoes Township at that time. The neighborhood that came to be known as the village of Hackensack was a part of Essex County until 1710, when Bergen County, by royal decree of Queen Anne of Great Britain, was enlarged and the township of New Barbadoes was removed from Essex County and added to Bergen County. In 1710, the village of Hackensack in the newly formed township of New Barbadoes was designated as being more centrally located and more easily reached by the majority of the Bergen County's inhabitants, and hence was chosen as the county seat of Bergen County, as it remains today. The earliest records of the Bergen County Board of Chosen Freeholders date back to 1715, at which time agreement was made to build a courthouse and jail complex, which was completed in 1716. During the American Revolutionary War, George Washington headquartered in the village of Hackensack in November 1776 during the retreat from Fort Levi at New Bridge Landing and camped on the Green, across from the First Dutch Reformed Church on November 20, 1776. A raid by British forces against Hackensack on March 23, 1780, resulted in the destruction by fire of the original courthouse structure. The Hackensack Improvement Commission was incorporated by an act of the state legislature approved on April 1, 1868. Within New Barbadoes Township and including the village of Hackensack, with authority to develop sewers and other improvements in Hackensack. The New Jersey legislature passed the Township School Act in 1894, under which each village, borough, town, or city in New Jersey was delegated responsibility for its own public schools through the office of the county superintendent. Hackensack established a local board of education in 1894, as required by the new law, which took over operation of schools located in the township and established Hackensack High School. The 1894 Act allowed local residents, by petition, to change municipal boundaries at will, setting off fearsome political battles statewide. Portions of the township had been taken to form Harrington Township, Lawdy Township, Midland Township and Little Ferry. After these departures, secessions, and deannexations, all that was left of New Barbadoes Township was the village of Hackensack and its surrounding neighborhoods of Fairmount, Red Hill and Cherry Hill. In 1896, New Barbadoes acquired a portion of Lawdy Township covering an area south of Essex Street from the bend of Essex Street to the Maywood border. That same year the Hackensack Improvement Commission was abolished and the city of Hackensack and New Barbadoes Township became coterminous. The final parcel lost by New Barbadoes Township was the northeastern corner of what is now Little Ferry, which was incorporated in September 1894. An act of the state legislature incorporated the Fairmount section of New Barbadoes with the Hackensack Improvement Commission, and eliminated New Barbadoes Township as a political entity. On November 21, 1921, based on the results of a referendum held on November 8, 1921, New Barbadoes Township received its charter to incorporate as a city and officially took on its name of Hackensack, a name derived from its original inhabitants, the Lenni Lenape, who named it Hackensack. In 1933, Hackensack adopted the manager form of government under the terms of the 1923 Municipal Manager Law, with 5 councilpersons all elected at large and a mayor selected by the council from among its members. Geography. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city had a total area of 4.346 square miles, including 4.180 square miles of land and 0.166 square miles of water. The city is bordered by Paramus, River Edge, Teaneck, Bogota, Ridgefield Park, Little Ferry, South Hackensack, Hasbrouck Heights, Lawdy, and Maywood. There are many houses of historic value, and some of these were identified in the 1990 master plan. The city does not have any registered historic districts, or any restrictions on preserving the historic facade in any portions of the city. Areas considered suburban single-family residential neighborhoods account for about one-third of the city's area, mostly along its western side. Unincorporated communities, localities and place names located partially or completely within the city include Fairmount and North Hackensack. Demographics. Ethnic diversity is the initial destination for many immigrants to Bergen County from around the globe. Hackensack's ethnic composition has become exceptionally diverse. As of 2013, approximately 38.9% of the population was foreign-born. In addition, 2.5% were born in the U.S. territory of Puerto Rico or abroad to American parents. 51.7% of the population over the age of 5 speak only English in their household, while 32.5% of the population speaks Spanish at home. The South Asian and East Asian populations have increased most rapidly in Hackensack since 2000, with nearly 2,000 Indian Americans, over 1,000 Filipino Americans, and over 600 Korean Americans represented in the 2010 United States Census. Hackensack's Hispanic population has also risen rapidly, to over 15,000 in 2010. Ecuadorians, Dominicans, and Colombians have become the top Hispanic groups in northern Hackensack. The black population dropped as a percentage, although minimally in absolute numbers, between 2000 and 2010. The city lost approximately 10% of its Caucasian population between 2000 and 2010, which has stabilized and resumed growth since 2010 and has remained substantial, at over 20,000 in 2010. The city has also witnessed greatly increasing diversity in its non-Hispanic white segment, with large numbers of Eastern Europeans, Eurasians, Central Asians, and Arabic immigrants offsetting the loss in Hackensack's earlier established Italian American, Irish American, and German American populations. Census 2010. At the 2010 United States Census, there were 43,010 people, 18,142 households, and 9,706 families residing in the city. The population density was 10,290.0 per square mile. There were 19,375 housing units at an average density of 4,635.4 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 46.67% white, 24.44% black or African American, 0.56% Native American, 10.30% Asian, 0.02% Pacific Islander, 13.59% from other races, and 4.42% from 2 or more races. Hispanics or Latinos of any race were 35.31% of the population. There were 18,142 households, of which 23.2% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 34.1% were married couples living together. 13.9% had a female householder with no husband present, and 46.5% were non-families. 39.3% of all households were made up of individuals, and 10.4% had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.30 and the average family size was 3.11. In the city, 18.7% of the population were under the age of 18, 8.3% from 18 to 24, 34.6% from 25 to 44, 26.1% from 45 to 64, and 12.4% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 37.5 years. For every 100 females there were 98.0 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 96.4 males. The Census Bureau's 2006 to 2010 American Community Survey showed that median household income was $57,676 and the median family income was $66,911. Males had a median income of $45,880 versus $42,059 for females. The per capita income for the city was $32,036. About 8.9% of families and 10.7% of the population were below the poverty line, including 13.2% of those under age 18 and 11.7% of those age 65 or over. Same-sex couples headed 145 households in 2010, an increase from the 112 counted in 2000. Census 2000. As of the 2000 United States Census, there were 42,677 people, 18,113 households, and 9,545 families residing in the city. The population density was 10,358.3 people per square mile. There were 18,945 housing units at an average density of 4,598.2 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 52.61% white, 24.65% African American, 0.45% Native American, 7.45% Asian, 0.05% Pacific Islander, 9.71% from other races, and 5.08% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 25.92% of the population. There were 18,113 households, out of which 21.9% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 34.8% were married couples living together. 13.0% had a female householder with no husband present, and 47.3% were non-families. 39.8% of all households were made up of individuals and 9.4% had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.26 and the average family size was 3.08. In the city, the population was spread out with 18.2% under the age of 18, 8.6% from 18 to 24, 38.4% from 25 to 44, 22.3% from 45 to 64, and 12.5% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 36 years. For every 100 females there were 98.7 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 98.5 males. The median income for a household in the city was $49,316, and the median income for a family was $56,953. Males had a median income of $39,636 versus $32,911 for females. The per capita income for the city was $26,856. About 6.8% of families and 9.3% of the population were below the poverty line, including 9.1% of those under age 18 and 10.3% of those age 65 or over.